now are we one with Him who is our source. Welcome back, fam. Today we are going to be studying lesson 164 of A Course in Miracles. We are going to be powerfully reminded of who we really are, which is one with our source. Me and you are one with who we call God. Me and you are one with our source. We are one with all aspects of creation, with all that is. Me and you are one with our Creator. Now, not only are me and you one with our source, but so is everyone and everything. Everything emerges forth from the oneness. Today, we are not going to only conceptually understand that like we may have for the past few months, but today we are going to actually experience that. We are going to experience what it is like to be in this state of mind and connected with our source. We are not separate, never have been, and can never be. We can believe we are, and that belief is what me and you have been here for the past few months undoing. So let's buckle up for today. We are going to experience that today. If you're not here already, we're going to get there in a few moments. And to preface this lesson, so it kind of gives us a basis for going into this lesson, I'm going to use an analogy. So I want you to think of the appliances that require electricity to function that are in your home, okay? We're going to name a few examples. So a lamp, a TV, a toaster, a microwave. Let's just stop there. We're going to use the toaster and the microwave. So in this analogy, we have a toaster, we have a microwave, and although in this world the form's obviously different and they look different, different color, different shapes, different functions, the electricity that is powering the toaster is the same exact electricity that is powering the microwave. So although it appears on the front end of everything that this is a toaster and this is a microwave, they actually are the same exact thing at the basis of what they are. It is electricity. The electricity is the current that is running through both of them, causing them to animate and to function. Now, that's kind of like me and you. You could look at me as the toaster, this body that you see here, which is not who I am, by the way. I'm sure we know that by now, but you could take a look at this toaster, and we're going to look at you as a microwave. Now, although you have a different form and I have a different form, and in this analogy, the form is the gender of our body or the skin color or the hair color or clothes or success or accolades, connections, all of that is irrelevant. It is just form, and form is what occurs after the source, the cause. Form is just the effect, which is nothing. It's an illusion. However, by me being a toaster, if you will, and you being a microwave, although we have different forms, the same exact electricity that is animating this body is the same exact electricity that is animating your body. And whenever you know that, and not only know that, but whenever you experience that, whenever you are being that, you know that me and you are one. Because although on the front end of things, we look like two separate things, we look like two separate entities, we are really the same electricity. That electricity is who we are, and that electricity is what the world calls God. That is what we call source. That is what our Creator is. That is where everything emerges forth from. That electricity, that love, that light, that eternalness, that omnipresence, which is everywhere and in all things, that is who me and you are. Now, let's use one more analogy before we get into this. Think about two humans attacking one another, okay? So let's just say me and you get in an argument and we start punching and fighting, right? And we start throwing hands and we're attacking one another. That's something really common in this world. It doesn't seem like nothing's wrong with that. Like it's just fighting, like it's just attack. This world believes in attack. This world values attack because they believe that it could actually do something, because the world believes that they are the body. So they believe attack is a valuable way about going about things. But let me go ahead and explain how insane that is, and prove why it's really not doing anything at all. If you take a toaster, right, and the microwave, and these two appliances, you just see them in the kitchen. Pretend you're just like sitting back observing and you're watching your appliances, and the toaster and the microwave are like screaming at each other. They're arguing, I'm better. No, I'm better. I cook food more efficiently. No, I do. And they're arguing with one another. And let's just say they were able to like get up and attack one another. Think about a toaster and a microwave attacking one another. Like nothing's really going on at all. And that's insane to think about, because the electricity that's powering the toaster is the same electricity that is powering the microwave, which means that the toaster and the microwave are not really attacking one another. Electricity and electricity are attacking one another, which can't occur, because that is just not how things work around here. That is impossible. You can't attack yourself in truth. Source can't attack itself. God cannot attack itself. Now, I'm sure you see how insane that would be if you've seen both these appliances attacking each other because they believe that they're better than or less than, that they're separate, when no, that can't happen. The same electricity is not going to attack itself. Now, same thing with me and you. Although it seems normalized in this world, attack and fighting, it's really insane if you think about it, because the same life force and electricity that's flowing through me, animating this body, is the same exact electricity that's flowing through you. And me and you attacking each other just means that we don't know who we are. Because if we knew who we were, we would know that I am source, you are source, and we're attacking one another, who is source. And if we were in our right minds, we would understand there's really nothing that can occur as a result of that. It's just form attacking form, which is meaningless. And the course goes in depth with this concept in the text, but we are going to dive into that right now in this lesson, and we are going to experience what it's like to not be the toaster, not be the microwave, but to be the electricity that is animating both of those things. We are going to experience today not being the body, but experiencing what it's like to be the electricity that is animating not only the body that we're inhabiting, but the same electricity that is animating all that is. And whenever you experience this today, this state of oneness, this state of mind where I am the electricity that's animating this body and I am the same electricity that's animating that tree over there, now you have a very, very great grasp of how this works. So that's enough conceptuals and intellectuals. We're going to dive straight in and we're going to get ready for this experience. So buckle up. If you got the lesson out, great job. If you don't got the book yet, the PDF is in the description. Let's go ahead and begin. Lesson 164. Now are we one with him who is our source? What time but now can truth be recognized? The present is the only time there is. And so today, this instant, this nanosecond, now, we come to look upon what is forever there, not in our sight, but in the eyes of Christ. He looks past time and sees eternity as represented there. He hears the sounds of the senseless, busy world engenders, yet he hears them faintly. For beyond them all he hears the song of heaven, and the voice for God more clearly, more meaningful, more near. Now, this is what we've been learning and remembering for the past few months. If we take a look at this right here, Christ, with Christ's vision, with the Holy Spirit, if you will, from the eyes of Source, he hears the sounds the senseless, busy world engenders, yet hears them faintly, meaning not unaware of them. I mean, you are not going to get to the point where we're in a state of mind where everything just becomes irrelevant. We're going to still understand how things work here, and we're not going to deny that we are in this illusion and just disconnect from the world. We're not going to do that, but we are going to spend less time focusing on that and faintly hear them. But far beyond them all, me and you are going to hear the song of heaven. and the voice for God more clear, more meaningful, and more near, because it is more near. This state of mind that we're discussing here, using words to describe and causing us to lead to an experience, to actually experience what these words are conveying to us, this state of mind is more near than this highlighter is to me. This highlighter, although I'm holding it in my hand, the body is holding this highlighter in the hand, the state of mind that we are in is nearer than anything in this world. Now, let's keep reading, and this will make more sense as we go along, but just know that it does not take anything for you to be who you are. It's only a recognition that that's the only thing that's going on here, is love, is light, electricity, if you will, source that is all that is. And there is nothing other than love. There is nothing other than the electricity that we call God. There is nothing other than that. Everything that you see in this physical world is a representation of that source. There is nothing that does not come from God. Nothing at all. The world fades easily away before his sight. Its sounds grow dim. A melody from far beyond the world increasingly is more and more distinct, an ancient call to which he gives an ancient answer. You will recognize them both, for they are but your answer to your Father's call to you. Christ answers for you, echoing your capital S self, using your voice to give his glad consent, accepting your deliverance for you. How holy is your practicing today, as Christ gives you his sight and hears for you, and answers in your name the call he hears. How quiet is the time you give to spend with him beyond the world. How easily are all your seeming sins forgot, and all your sorrows unremembered. On this day is grief laid by, for sights and sounds that come from nearer than the world are clear to you, who will today accept the gifts he gives. There is a silence into which the world cannot intrude. There is an ancient peace you carry in your heart and have not lost. It just has been forgotten. Me and you, no matter what we do, we are one with and a part of all that is. We are one with our source. We are source. Now, a part of our minds wandered off, like we always discuss here with the course has reminded us. We wandered off and we made this little self-image, and we believe that we are the separated self. Me and you are just one aspect of creation here in this world. We are one aspect of creation, not in a way where it is separate from the rest of the aspects of creation, but we are just one unique and distinct part, and we are the oneness. There is no amount of words that we can use to convey this message, but again, it is an experience, and knowing your connectedness will set you free from all the many problems that you think you have. Remember, let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. We think that we have many different problems in relation to many different things: relationships, vehicles, transportation, money, finances, this, that, and the third. But if we were to look at those many different problems and look at the very core of that problem and look at the very core of that problem, it is the same exact thing. And it is the belief in separation. And whenever you heal that belief in separation, then you have no more problems. You are free. You are free. You are not this body. You are spirit. You are free. You are one aspect of creation, and that person is also one aspect of creation, and we are also the whole. Again, there's no amount of words we can use to convey this, but I hope as we go along here today, the course will present it in a way that clicks if you haven't got it yet. Now, let's continue, but just know that this state of mind is like a radio station you could tune into right now. And when you get here, then you cannot hear anything other than what's on this station. You will see the illusion for what it is, the worry, the doubt, the fear. You will see it for what it is. It is nothing. It is of our own making, and it cannot exist if it wasn't for our constant flow of life force making it exist. For example, if we look at a microwave, right? We're going to use the microwave again. The microwave is not running 24/7. It's just there. Think of it, it's dead, basically. Like, it's not warming up food all the time. It's off right now. If you think of your microwave right now, it's not running. But if you go over there and turn on the microwave and put some food in there, and you put it active for 1 minute, the microwave is going to turn on and start functioning. Now, whenever you're not using the microwave, it's not functioning. It's really not there at all. Now, you could think of this as, in this analogy, we're going to use that microwave as fear. We're going to use the microwave as the belief in fear. If we're not giving our attention to the fear, it's not really there. It has no substance, no form. It can't turn on without us actually directing our life force, our electricity flowing towards that belief, animating that belief, making it real in our eyes. So what we're getting here to right now, me and you, is understanding that fear is like an appliance. It's like the toaster, it's like the microwave. It is nothing in itself. It is meaningless. It is not really there. And if we were not to give no attention to it, it would not start. It would not run. The only reason why fear dictates our world from time to time, and fear and anger and attack dictate everyone else's world, is because they are pure positive source energy. They are electricity, if you will. They are that life force, and they don't know it, but they're directing that life force 24/7 to whatever they're giving attention to. You cannot help but do that. That's what's happening regardless of if you're aware of that or not. Everyone in this world is connected to the same unlimited, unexhaustible source that me and you are connected to, and they are taking that energy and it's flowing through them, and they're directing it wherever their attention goes, and it is causing and them directing their attention to whatever they're giving attention to, that life force flowing in that direction is giving life to whatever thought that they are thinking about. So whenever it comes to me and you believing in fear, in our illusions, in our shortcomings, in our flaws that are not really there, we are having our attention on that. Our attention is activating this thought. It is causing it to be activated. We just turned on the microwave, if you will, and we're flowing our life force because we're connected to source. We are source, and no matter what we give our attention to, we're flowing that energy in that direction. And most of us are flowing it not deliberately. We're flowing it undeliberately, without thought or without even thinking about what we're doing. We're thinking about the fear, our illusions, and our shortcomings and our flaws that we think are there, and we're flowing our life force, which is kind of keeping this belief alive. Now, if we were not to give attention to that, it wouldn't exist at all. It's only by me and you continuously flowing life force and energy in the direction of this false belief that is keeping it true in our world. We can't really make what is not true, but in our world we can. But in truth, it's really meaningless. You can't make fear real. It is non-existent. Love is all there is. But because you are love, and you are flowing that love and that electricity and that life force, giving, and it's powering whatever you're giving your attention to, you're gonna make this gigantic beast. You're gonna make this terrifying monster, this dragon, this nightmare, and you are keeping that nightmare active. Me and you are keeping that belief active, that monster active, and we are thinking that it's real because we don't know that we're flowing energy. We haven't been taught this, so we're kind of scared of the illusions that we think about ourselves, and we try to keep them secret from ourselves and everyone else. We don't want to look there because we're scared of what we'll find. And by that belief right there alone, we're continuing to keep that nightmare alive, that energetic charge is still there because we're keeping it charged up. If it wasn't for us and our attention and our energy flowing in that direction, it would not be there, which means that me and you are learning how to blow out charges that do not serve us. Me and you are learning how to remove our life force from illusions and thoughts that no longer serve us, so they're no longer active, because there are beliefs that are happening beneath our level of awareness, which is why we walk, talk, act, think, speak, and feel the way we do. And there are things that you have in this world, or even not even in this world, that you can see with your physical eyes, but there are thoughts that you think of about yourself and the world that are fear based, and you don't know they're there. I don't know that they're there, and they're kind of dictating the way I move, the way I take action, and that is dictating the results that I get. Now, knowing what we know, which is the very foundation of of everything that's going on here, we can be more deliberate about where we're flowing our attention, and we can see in the field, if you will, we can see, we can feel, we can sense where we still have charged up energy at, which is fear based, and we can blow out that charge and dismantle that false thought system, so that way it's not operating beneath our level of awareness, causing us to have uncontrollable and irrational emotions whenever something in this world occurs. Whenever some certain personality type triggers you, or some situation in this world occurs that causes you to have an uncontrollable and irrational emotion, it's not really that thing, that form, that's causing you to feel that way. It's that form is just a symbol representing to you that static, that charge that is still existent within your field, within your consciousness. And whenever we blow out that charge, it has no more cause over you. You are the cause all the time. Now, all of us, this whole world here, we are not aware that we're doing what we're discussing right now. So we're believing in fear as if it's real, and it's not. But our belief in it is what is keeping it alive. Now, let's continue. But that was some very powerful stuff right there. There's a silence into which the world cannot intrude. There is an ancient peace you carry in your heart and have not lost. There is a sense of holiness in you the thought of sin has never touched. All this today you will remember. Faithfulness in practicing today will bring rewards so great and so completely different from all things you sought before, that you will know that here your treasure is, and here you rest your rest. This is the day when vain imaginings part like a curtain to reveal what lies beyond them. Now is what it really now is what is really there made visible, while all the shadows which appeared to hide it merely sink away. Now is the balance righted, and the scale of judgment left to him who judges true. And in his judgment will a world unfold in perfect innocence before your eyes. Now will you see it with the eyes of Christ. Now it is it transformation. Now is its transformation clear to you. Brother, this day is sacred to the world. Your vision, given you from far beyond all things within the world, looks back on them in a new light, and what you see becomes the healing and salvation of the world. The valuable and valueless are both perceived and recognized for what they are, and what is worthy of your love receives your love, while nothing to be feared remains. We will not judge today. We will receive but what is given us from judgment made beyond the world. Our practicing today becomes our gift of thankfulness for our release from blindness and from misery. All that we see will but increase our joy, because its holiness reflects our own. We stand forgiven in the sight of Christ, with all the world forgiven in our own. We bless the world as we behold it in the light in which our Savior looks on us, and offer it the freedom given us through his forgiving vision, not our own. Open the curtain in your practicing by merely letting go all things you think you want. Your trifling treasures put away, and leave a clean and open space within your mind where Christ can come and offer you the treasure of salvation. He has need of your most holy mind to save the world. Is not this purpose worthy to be yours? Is not Christ's vision worthy to be sought above the world's unsatisfying goals? Let not today slip by without the gifts it holds for you receiving your consent and your acceptance. We can change the world if you acknowledge them. You may not see the value your acceptance gives the world, but this you surely want. You can exchange all suffering for joy this very day. Practice in earnest, and the gift is yours. Would God deceive you? Can his promise fail? Can you withhold so little when his hand holds out complete salvation to his Son? These are some very good questions that we were just posed with, and I'm sure we know the answers. Now, we can forget everything we discussed from time to time, and being here right now in this experience, we have remembered who we really are. We are source and forgot who we were, and we have been unknowingly directing all our energy in directions that we wouldn't do if we were aware that we were flowing attention. We are flowing energy. We are flowing life force. Me and you are more powerful than we can even comprehend, depending on where you're at in relation to this information. You are love, you are light, you are source, you are what the world calls God, and you are here remembering that that is who you are. You are not separate from your source. You are not separate from all aspects of creation. You are one with all aspects of creation. But we've been so focused on the form, thinking that I'm this body, thinking that this material thing is real, thinking that things of this world is the only thing that we base our knowledge off of. That's where we get it wrong, is we're basing all of our data off of what we see with our physical eyes. And when we do that, we're not seeing the entire picture. That is only showing a very minuscule portion of what's really going on here. However, whenever you know that you are the electricity that is animating not only the body that you're inhabiting, but all other aspects of creation, including this body right here, you know and have that sense of peace and unity and oneness that everything is perfectly fine. There is nothing that can happen in this world that can ever change who you are at the core of your being. You could never really separate yourself from God, from all that is, from your source. You could never really separate yourself from who you really are. You are always one, and it is only the belief that we have done that caused us to forget for a little bit. And whenever we forget, it's going to be a fun movie now, because now that we know what we know, we can go ahead and experience this world, i.e., we can go ahead and experience all these different aspects of ourselves in a way that is so thrilling and enlightening. We can go experience what someone would call a bad situation, and we'll see it as fun. We could go experience what someone would call a terrifying situation, and we could experience it as thrilling. We could go experience what somebody would call a terrible situation and experience it as a blessing. We can go experience in this world what someone would call a loss, and we are going to experience it as a lesson. Me and you are assigning meaning unknowingly to everything we experience here, to everything we see with our body's eyes, to everything that we are looking at, hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching with this body. Me and you are assigning meaning to it all. And whenever you know that you're assigning meaning, you can either, one, assign it a meaning that is not bad, or you can not assign no meaning at all. And whenever you do that, you will know that there is no such thing as bad or good, left, right, up, down, this, that. It is all one. Whenever you know that, whenever you experience that, then that's when the real fun begins, because now you know that you can be, do, and have whatever it is that you desire in this world. That is facts, that is truth. You, who is source, can be, do, and have whatever it is that you desire in this world. Meaning, if you, who is source, wants to express yourself as this aspect of creation, you can. If you want people to perceive you in a certain way, all you have to do is perceive yourself in that way, and the rest will occur as a byproduct because you are the cause. If you want to experience having certain experiences in this world that require a certain amount of funding, financials, you can experience that. You just have to tune into that aspect of yourself because you are it all. You are what it is to be wealthy or poor or good or bad. You are the chooser of what aspect of yourself you want to embody and experience. You are the one who is choosing here. Don't believe what the world is telling you, because the world does not know who they are, which is why they are here, which is why me and you here are here. But remember, this body is a learning device, and we have just used this learning device to snap out of it and remember who we really are. If someone were to come into our conversation right now who has never heard anything of this sort, they would look at us like we are crazy, and that's perfectly fine because me and you understand where they are in relation to who they really are, and everyone's on their own journey, and me and you just so happen to be ready to be in the presence of this information. We are here now, we are remembering, and now it's only a matter of experiencing this for a more and more and more consistent basis until we are here forevermore. This state of mind that is so pure, where you know who you are and you have that sense of oneness with everything. You are the chooser here, and the more you practice this, the more easier it becomes for you to perceive life through this perspective, through the eyes of source. Whenever you're looking around now with this perspective that me and you have attained, you can look around and see, although that person over there looks like they're separate from me in this world, yes, their body is separate from this body. However, the electricity that is me is the same electricity that is animating that body, and that is one. The moment I think of someone, whether it's mom or dad or siblings or a loved one or whoever it is, the moment you think of that person, you have conjured up that image of them in your mind, and they are there, and they are you, and you can send them love and light with the power of your mind, because all minds are one. There are no private thoughts. The Course teaches this in depth. There are no private thoughts, meaning most people think that they're this body and they are in this tiny little island, fenced off and caged off from the rest of the world, thinking thoughts about other people, judging other people, thinking that those thoughts are staying in their little bubble, and they're really not. All minds are shared, all minds are one, meaning what you think about yourself is extending outward, affecting everyone else. Now, me and you, knowing what we know, have some very cool powers, if you will, we can use in this world. And we're not going to get too in depth with that today because we haven't fully anchored in this state of mind as of yet. But as we anchor in this state of mind more and more, and this becomes our natural way of experiencing the world that we think we're in, then we know we are not bound by the body, we are not bound by time, we are not bound by space. We are limitless because we are all that is. This is not conceptual. This is not something that you can experience understanding it intellectually, but you experience whenever you release any resistance that is causing you not to see what's really happening here. This state of mind that we are discussing right now is what is really happening here. But it seems so far-fetched based off of what the world has been telling us our whole lives that it's going to still require me and you to do some unlearning of what we have learned our whole lives that has blocked us from perceiving the limitlessness that we are. There is nothing that me and you cannot be, do, and have. We can experience ourselves as whatever it is that we desire to. We are at the point where we know who we are. We have remembered who we are. We are at the point where this state of mind is becoming more of a habit to us. We are going to remain here and we are going to practice this. And as we get anchored in this state of mind, then you will be able to be receptive to all knowledge, all information of your choosing. You are limitless. That is the word that I could think of at this moment in time that I could keep repeating to express this state of mind. Limitless. There is no limits imposed on the Son of God. There is no limits imposed on me and you. There are no limits at all whatsoever for the light of the world, which is who I am, which is who you are, which is who that person over there is. Somebody who holds any grievances in their mind cannot experience what we're experiencing right now. The fact that me and you have done so much unlearning and forgiving is the reason why we are experiencing what we are experiencing right now, because we don't have no sandbags at this moment in time. We have cut all the sandbags and we have allowed our hot air balloon to rise, and there is nothing holding it down right now. Me and you are going to reach heights that we have never reached before. But for now, this is a great place to conclude today's lesson. I hope that you are here with me right now, and we're going to end this on a very great note. If this is something that you feel like you still haven't experienced, but you know it to be conceptually, you're also at a very great place right now, because that is what most people search for their whole lives and never find. Me and you are in the remembrance of this knowledge, and not only are we in the remembrance, but we have been applying this information and these techniques and these processes and these tools that we have been gathering to undo every single falsity that we have learned that has caused us to not know who we really are. Now, let's stay here today. Let's stay in the state of mind. We are going to anchor here. We are going to milk this moment, meaning you are going to continue to flow thought for as long as possible in the vicinity of what we're discussing now. Even if you have to replay this right now, just to stay in the state of mind. If you feel like that's what you want to do that. But the more and more and more we practice this, the easier and easier and easier it becomes to no longer practice at all, because we have finally returned to who we really are. This right here only requires practice, because we have practiced the opposite for so long that we have to unlearn that now. However, whenever we get to the point where we know that this is true and only know that this is true and we are certain of that, it will require no practice, because this state of mind is who we are. This state of mind is truth, and truth does not need to be defended. It does not need to be upheld. Truth is not like fear. Remember I mentioned the fear? Fear doesn't exist unless you're flowing attention to it. However, truth exists regardless of if you accept it or deny it. Truth exists because it is just truth. God exists. Source exists. You exist. You are. You are real and cannot be threatened. You are the life force that is animating whatever you give your attention to. That is true. Now, let's stay here. Let's stay here for as long as possible. And whenever we fall asleep, let's be happy that we have another chance to do it again. Because the best part about being in the state of mind is forgetting, so that way you can get back here. It wouldn't be fun if you were here all the time. Yeah, we could say it would. But you know what's more thrilling is experiencing the contrast, which causes you to give birth to a new desire, and now you have something to move forward to. It's not the destination that me and you want, it is the journey. Most people think that they want this material possession or this success, and that's cool and all, but whenever they get there, they're going to have another desire because when you get to your desire, when you get to your goalpost, you are now at a new perception level. You are now at a new you are now at a new awareness, and from that awareness you are going to give birth to new desires and continuously evolve. Me and you are here right now in a state of mind that is continuously expanding and evolving. Me and you staying here is us keeping up with who we really are. Me and you staying here, we are literally in alignment with all that is right now. And whenever we deviate from the state of mind, there is a gap between all that is and who we think we are, who we're being. And the more and more we practice staying aligned with who we really are, we are going to feel this outrageous joy that we are feeling right now. So let's stay here. Let's practice this. Let's congratulate ourselves for reaching this state of mind that we have made it to today, and we will meet here again tomorrow to do it all again for lesson 165. I will see you there.